Good morning, guys. Leslie at Inskeep Acres. Starting today's video before I even step foot out of the garage door because it's super windy out there. We're back to early spring weather. It rained on and off all day yesterday, super windy. High of, I think it was like 45 yesterday. I think it's like 46 degrees right now. So you may not be able to hear me too much on the walk out. I'll give you a quick glimpse of what Jason and I worked on yesterday, but we did work kind of out in the rain and stuff like that, in and out, so I did not record it. We'll try to record some future building of them, but let's take a walk out and see how everybody's doing this morning and get our chores started. Oh. Little girls over there hiding in their shelter. This weather's been pretty miserable. Trying to block the mic a little bit. I don't know how well it's working, but so this is what we worked on. Just a pretty basic shelter for the goats. We looked into purchasing more porta huts and decided we could build a couple of these for about the price of one porta hut, and it's larger. Usually we do a sloped roof on it. We just made it flat and we'll put it kind of from this end to that end or vice versa. Try to put one end slightly downhill. The way the tin is ran, a sloped roof this way, it wouldn't have really run off because of the ribs. And then it was just more efficient to run the tin around this way on the sides. It'll be sufficient enough for them to get out of the wind, rain, and weather. In the winter, we can close in half of the front so they can get in and kind of around, have just an opening. But wanted to build one, see how it works, kind of go from there, maybe make some changes. Are you tired, Abel? Oh, well, good morning. I know, I'm protesting this as well. So I'm gonna go in, milk, do my chores. I do have to make a batch of pig feed today so that I can feed the old spots and try to take you guys around with me on a couple things, but I think today is gonna be more spending some time inside, getting some stuff done, and less time outside. So all right, done milking and morning chores. Got some rain and some high wind while I was milking. Oh, Mama dog had to come join me in the goat shed for some shelter. It's still raining, but we're gonna head up to the house. I'll try to bring you guys back out with me when I come out to make a quick batch of pig feed and feed them. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to get some other stuff done in the house today, so we'll see how that goes. I'll try to bring you guys along with me. I had hoped to work in the garden, but with this weather, that's not happening. All right, with the weather outside, I decided just to keep the grinder in the shed. So while it's grinding, I'll probably either crack the door or just go out and do some other chores, but it's going to get kind of dusty in here. So I have the stuff to grind for the pig feed. I'll let that run through. And then I have the rest of the ingredients here, and we'll probably just kind of mix them up by hand since I don't really want to go out in the weather and use the mixer out there. But then I also put together a batch of goat feed that I mix with the goat pellets so that I've got that ready. And then I put together a bucket of dairy feed for tomorrow. So we'll go ahead and turn this on, and then I'll go find something else to do for a few minutes. Oh, got a little bit of sunshine on this icky day. Got my bucket of pig feed. Take it in and get it soaked. I'm gonna go get the other 3 feeder pigs some feed as well. So I used a bunch of our raw goat milk to make Chevre the other day, and this was, let's see, about 1.5 to 1 3/4 of a gallon. I let this one set longer before I hung it up to strain, and then I strained it longer so that it's a little bit thicker. I could use this as crumbles on a salad or anything, you know, kind of similar to a feta. It's got a little bit more of a tangy flavor to it, and it's not as creamy for like a spread. And then I used, that 1.5 to 1 3/4 of a gallon made 3 pounds and 4 ounces of Chevre. And then I used 2 gallons, and I left this to be a little bit creamier, and it made 4 pounds 10 ounces. So what I do, anything that I'm not going to use right away, I will put in bags in the freezer. So I'm just going to kind of stir this up, get it kind of well mixed again. Looks like it's probably a little bit drier than what I had planned on. So it may not make a very good spread, but I can use this in place of cream cheese, things like that. I also use this in place of ricotta. I will use this and my goat milk yogurt that I make for Jason to make cheesecakes. So yogurt and Chevre in place of sour cream, and cream cheese. And it doesn't have all the extra things that the store-bought does. So I think we're going to try, Jason and I had a really good pizza with tomatoes and spinach and garlic. I don't remember what else, maybe it had mushrooms on it, but it was a white pizza, and they had ricotta on top of the mozzarella and all the rest of the toppings. So I think we're going to try some of this in place of that ricotta, but I will probably leave a little bit out to use. Sometimes I'll season it with different herbs and use it to spread on crackers and things like that. Otherwise, we use a lot of it just in cooking and baking and things. So I will put it in 1 pound and half-pound packages and just stick it in the freezer. And then when we're ready to use it, I just take it out and let it thaw for a little while, and it's the same consistency as what it is putting it in the freezer. So this is a good way to use up a bunch of our milk that is not, you know, just drinking it and things like that. So then we'll have almost fresh Chevre in the middle of winter. It's just something we like to have on hand, and nice to be able to take out of the freezer if we just want to spread for crackers and season. Sometimes I do salt it before I put it in the freezer, and I'll label it if it's creamy or like a thicker consistency, the date, whether it's salted or unsalted, and then just the weight of it. So I will get all of this bagged up and then I'll come back to you guys. Okay, got all of our Chevre bagged up. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 3/4 of a pound. And then I just label them all, kind of a glare on there, label them all like that. Just let it Chevre unsalted, 1 pound, and the date. And these are going to go in the freezer, and then I'll just make more and keep adding to it, and then we will have Chevre all through the winter anytime that we don't have fresh milk. Heading out to feed the pigs. Super windy still. Raining a little bit. Ugh. Feed. We got some milk for them. Got some apples that were starting to get soft. They should be happy pigs today. They don't blow away before we get there. Joey. Oh, Joe.
You missed it. I'll get it for you. Hey.
No, Joe. Enough.
I'll take them this way.
Got me.
Here, you want that one?
Joey, sit.
Wow. Gator tried to bite me.
Thor. That's Eldred. And that's Freya. They love their milk. Well, that's it, guys. Have a good day. See ya on the next one.